Pilot Thomas was feeling sad. It had been some time since he saw Thomas talking to Gersley. All he could do was sit in a siding to look at one of the roof circles. His looking peeped off because a long green sheep was parking.
Huh?
Gersley, is that you? He said to him. Pilot Thomas, what are you doing away from America? You've been missing, and I've been looking for you, as well as leaving Texas, said the boss. Pilot Thomas was puzzled for a minute. Then, realization hit him. You heard I escaped at midnight, then, but what on earth were you doing on Suburb? You must have done the same thing after finishing the passenger run, he asked. Driver's got a log. I remember Pilot Gordon giving it to me when he escaped at midnight. I'll tell you all that happened, and this is what Gersley remembered. It was a late night in Texas. Gersley was asleep from his shift with the passengers. His slumber got disturbed from some chuffing. What's going on? He yawned. He saw the shape of poop steaming by his shed. 1 minute its light was in sight, the next it was gone. Which after seeing it, he felt wide awake and forgot he was tired. What's Pilot Thomas doing, leaving Texas? The railway's not going to be happy. Wait a minute. I think Pilot Gordon met me before he left at this time of night. He said he was escaping in Whistllington. Come to think of it, I haven't been to Suburb. I've been to York on the far east of America, but not that suburb. Being the timetables I had to follow, thinks Gersley. After thinking, he slept. The next morning was chaos in the Texas Railway. Gersley arrived at it finding people looking a bit angry. The manager was even more when he couldn't handle the salt of insults hitting him. He didn't know what caused pilots Thomas and Gordon to escape at midnight. Gersley knew the cause was from him keeping them held as prisoners, plus he knew Whistllington was where they escaped from. When the argument happened, the green bus decided he should leave. I've been in this town for 10 years. 10 days, I mean. And I'm not liking it intoxicated by this soon-to-be thug in business disguise, he deduced. He looked for people who were on holiday and were ready head back to his hoop. Hello, Gersley. What are you doing this morning? Said his passengers who were finishing their holiday. I'm taking you to his hoop. But I'm not coming back here. I'm needing a holiday, said Gersley. Anything to get away from the manager. Once they were on board, Gersley's driver checked the map to tell them where Elvis Hooper was located. What are you wanting to do in Elvis Hooper? He asked his boss. I'm wanting to find Pilot Thomas. My wireless said he's on Hooper. He went in a mine, explained Gersley. I miss Hooper. We might as well leave America. I reckon we should avoid a chase, said the driver. After planning, Gersley left Texas and went looking for his Hooper. He got off the highway looking for the sign, which was somewhat hidden. The sign he stopped at was Route 66. My passengers live in this area. I can see the houses, said Gersley. He dropped them off one by one, and when he was empty, he went looking for his getaway route. Immediately to Springs. Suddenly, he heard a whirring noise in the sky. It was a police helicopter. Whether it would get him, he could hopefully speed away, hopefully look for the spot to hide him. He was feeling thirsty too. After a number of miles, he came to the suburb he was looking for. He saw the shed tied himself in. It was known as the drawing shop for anyone who can do art. I'll keep quiet and wait for that whirring to go away, he thought. He did so, and was picking up a pencil to draw the picture of himself staying in Texas. As a sad, silent bus suffering the sad sight of the railway, having the pilots not happy in it. He even picked up a pen and the book called a log given to him from Pilot Gordon before writing what was happening while listening for the police helicopter to give up. He finished the drawing, put it in the logbook, and left Viti to Springs. After getting a drink of petrol, or gas, Americans call them. He had the time to enjoy the suburb and think about what the future of the Texas line was to have. Culture it would have, and Uberdu would run it, that's for sure. When his tank was full, he went looking for Whistllington's mine. Reaching the third suburb, he took Hooper to a track leading him to it. this is it. I think the manager will find me, as he's not vigilant. It's so he headed towards the mine, but stopped himself to check behind. In the sand, he saw his tie prints exposed. Oh, he exclaimed. Anyone will follow rules to find me easily. There must be a way to cover them without being sloppy. At the track, he saw a stick. It was left on it during the storm. Gersley had an idea. He picked it up, attached it to his back and, with a hoop, and began dragging it. The tie prints were immediately wiped out. He reached the mine, ducking inside. What later? In the far end, he saw a pair of buffers. He'd never seen them before. As if by magic, Lady appeared. Morning, Gersley. Can I help you? She said. Did pilots Thomas and Gordon call for the buffers? Asked Gersley. Yes, they did. They're magic buffers. When you call for them, you'll end up in Davenport. But you'll best find a place to sleep because it's night time in Tasmania, said Lady. Gersley went for the buffers. He was shocked at finding himself in a well tunnel before seeing the end. As Lady had contradicted, he found himself in the woods next to Davenport, and it was night time. He saw a bridge, which was not seen from him in all his life. On the other side, he saw a shed with a warehouse. That'll do for me, as long as I'm out of the way, decided Gersley. When reaching it, he was just in time to have the reform. That was enough to let him drop. The next morning, he continued his quest to find where pilots Thomas and Gordon ran to. I think, Gersley, they went through a tree trunk in Fox Arrow Wood. That can take us to Ingrid, said his driver. Found it chiming to tell me, the direction driver. I've been listening to the wireless saying the manager's organised a manhunt. You'd best keep this quiet, my visit, huh? I hope said Gersley. He left the wharf, beginning his arrival journey. There was nothing stirring as he drove onto the highway. The sky was blue and the sun shone brightly on the landscape. There were so many things for him to see. The catch was, he didn't want to have any passenger, not when he was on the run. Otherwise, the law of her would force him back to where he escaped from. It's Saturday. The bus stops are empty. That'll be less worrying, thought Gersley, being hopeful, yet sceptical. After a long drive, he stopped in Sorrel. Once again, he was thirsty. He stopped at a petrol station to get a drink. "Can you fill me up, please?" he asked the pump attendant. "Of course, mate," said the pump attendant. Full again, he continued on. He was in the woods when he left Sorrel. He felt like stopping to look at it when not driving. He never had been in the country, as it was his first drive in it. The Lord didn't see me, thank goodness. A good thing I slept, so I can think on what to do in a situation so rough. Route chase struck me, which is a record breaker. Hard to hope for that, he marked. He was behind a bush in case a chase did strike. Suddenly, he froze. A wireless in a nearby house was talking about him as the missing green bus. It dawned him as he was in danger of being caught in a manhunt. Davenport made a report on some tracks, and now the police were to find him. Trying not to panic, he went on driving. He came to Eaglehawk Neck, stopping again when he saw a car happening. There were buses, so he mingled with it. He saw the price of a cake. "I'll take that," he thought. After waiting, he left again. "Where is that green bus driving to?" said the manager back in Texas. His assistant was checking on the harbours when his boss walked into his office. "He isn't on any of the ships, sir. Most of the police squads have recently searched everywhere in America. But there was no trace of Gersley. I even checked the timetables. None of them say I was Hooper, as he never planned one. My belief is, like pilots Thomas and Gordon, he left the rail. I knew they left the rail yard. I made no such plan of letting the members leave to visit it. It's not limited," said the manager. "The rule said he went driving in Tasmania and getting no assistance from the poop. I suggest that you check in there." They were busy talking that they didn't see a robot figure in black locking a door. "I best wait till Gersley." Gersley arrived in Wedge Avenue, finding his exit in the wood nearby. He was just about to go in it when his wireless crackled. "Hey, Gersley, you've got bad news. Your manager's gonna hunt you in Tasmania. I informed Tassie police to make an arrest on him, so his hunting bid will not commence. See Terry's voice. Here, look, Terry. I haven't forgotten them. I'm not wanting this continent readers, said Gersley. Peace's enemy was to be arrested. He escaped in for a tree trunk. As soon as I arrived, I went on an easy drive to get her to find you, without the manager hunting me, as well as you. Gersley finished the log. Is that why you're fed up with the railway as a cult? Asked Pilot Thomas. Yeah. It's been giving me a sick engine. Oh, we got someone listening when none of us looked up. The fat controller came walking up. I heard what you went for, and I think you'll be helping Pilot Thomas for the passenger run, because Thomas and Berkeley seem to be struggling. If you work well, you can steal her, but the Texas Railway will need better people to run it, he said. Thank you, sir. I'm wanting the manager in prison for his crime.